Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day, and if you're not, I bet you will after this video because I found a whole bunch of hilarious clips of people speaking different English accents, and what we're going to do today is rank them. Disclaimer, this is based on my own opinion. Obviously you guys might have different tastes on the English accent. Also, in some of the countries that I've chosen, I know there's loads of different English accents within the countries, but if I had have chosen every single accent in every single country, this video would be like 10 hours long. So instead I just picked a couple of the classics. I'll be ranking based on sound, of course, comprehension, and lastly but most importantly, is it English? There'll be 2 wildcard accents at the end, so stick around to see what those are. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I thought I'd start us off with one of my favorite accents of all time, ever since I was a little 12-y and I watched P.S. I Love You, and that is the Irish accent. The only thing I can say with an Irish accent is something like "ta-ta to you, top of the morning to ya." Actually, is that even Irish? I'm sorry if I offended anyone. But to get a real idea of what a thick Irish accent sounds like, check out this next clip. We've got Mikey, an Irish farmer who unfortunately had some of his sheep stolen, but check out this accent.
There's fine merchant them, there's riding, Joe them in, and you want to see it, fine merchant them.
Last Saturday, Mikey Joe O'Shea brought his flock of Scotch sheep down from the mountain commonage ahead of lambing. He discovered over 50 were missing.
Possibly a night, there'd be a full moon there about night, and it should be bright out, and there could anyone go up in the mountains about night, sure. Well, there was 45 sheep missing, Mike, and the lambs and everything, and the sheep, just count out a nice bit of money, Mike.
I'm missing about 10 ewes. It's not all that difficult. All you got to do is have a good dog. Have a good dog and go at night, some moonshine night, just put the dog around him, put him on a trailer or walk him.
I can make out some words, but it's actually really difficult to understand. Also, I will leave all the videos that I show in the description, so if you want to rewatch them with subtitles, you can. I actually really do like the Irish accent. I just find it so interesting. But in this particular case, I think we're going to have to put it in the "is this English" category. Just based on the fact that I need subtitles. But let me know in the comments if you disagree. Next up we have Australia. So as you probably all know, I am Australian. Although my accent is not the strongest. Thank God. I don't think my accent is that strong, but let me know in the comments, like, if you didn't know I was Australian, where do you think you would think that I'm from? So next up we've got a video of a classic Australian hero.
I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, "Oh, the shop's been, someone ran into the shop." And I said, "Oh, what?" So I jumped out of bed and all I had was my undies on, and I've walked out the front and I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car, and so I've walked outside.
It's true, we do see mate a lot.
And I said, "Oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene." And he goes, "Don't be a hero, mate." And I said, "I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming." And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, "Nah, it's not going on like that, mate." So I jumped in my car and I started chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But mate, all I had was me jocks on, and I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like, mate.
Classic Australian right here.
Mate's mum's had this shop for like 40 odd years, and look at it. Words can't explain how it is, mate. Like,
do you feel like a hero?
Oh, not really. It's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
What do you guys think about that accent, huh? As much as I love my fellow Aussies, I can't in good conscience put that accent anywhere else except here. Don't strip me of my citizenship, please. I think just the high-pitchedness of the accent sometimes, when it's a strong accent like that, genuinely is a bit rough on the ears. Before going on to the next accent, I wanted to quickly talk about Lingoda, an online language learning school, something that you could actually use to improve your accent if you're learning English, and also the tool that I used when I first started learning French. If you haven't already heard about Lingoda, they offer classes in English, Spanish, French, and German, but they are most widely known for their sprints. And if you don't know what their sprints are, it's basically a 2-month intensive where you have a class every single day for 2 months, so 60 classes. And if you attend every single class without missing a single one, you get a full refund. That's right, full refund. The classes are an hour long with a professor in a small group, maximum 5 students in total. And I actually managed to successfully complete one of their 3-month language learning sprints, obviously for French. And it really helped me improve my speaking, especially because there was some incentive, so I didn't miss a single class. And in the end, it was all for free because I won the sprint, so refund. Lingoda classes are completely online, so you can take them from the comfort of your own home. If you do sign up, this is what you'll find. This is where you'll book all of your classes, see your progress, do your homework, if you're motivated enough to, unlike me, download class material and all that good stuff. And if you feel like their sprints are too much of a commitment, you can always just check out their regular subscription. I've put a discount code in the description box so you lovely people get 30% off your first payment. Also, Lingoda is currently offering a 7-day free trial where you get 3 free group classes or 1 free private class, so you're able to check it out before you actually commit to anything. If you are interested in signing up for Lingoda and you want to hear a little bit more about how I prepared and used Lingoda to learn French, or how I won one of their sprints and got a full refund, I will link some videos I did down below in the description. So I hope that's useful for you guys, and without further ado, let's get back into the video. Next up, we're traveling from Australia across the pond to New Zealand. I absolutely love New Zealand and New Zealanders in general, but I know some people who aren't from Australia or New Zealand have a hard time distinguishing between the Australian accent and the Kiwi accent. Kiwi being short for New Zealand. That's what we call New Zealanders. One tip that I can give, and I hope this doesn't offend any New Zealanders out there, but Kiwis usually pronounce the E with a stretched out sound. Not a linguistics expert, guys, but for example, if they want to say get, deck, and pen, it would be git, deek, and bin. Also, the I sounds kind of like a U. For example, if they want to say this or chips, it sounds like dus and chups. But I'll let the following video speak for itself.
$4 in here.
$4? I thought we had $10.
This box costs $6.
In my mind, to be honest, the lady asked for help, and I was just like, yeah, I got your back. Jump in there and just help out, pretty much. He's like, bro, I'll give you $200 if you let me go. And I'm just let me go. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. And then I just sort of told him, I said, oh, I'm sorry, bro, but this is what happens when you're a naughty boy, eh?
So what do you guys think about that? I think me, I'm going to put it in the middle, because I actually do kind of like the accent. I do find it interesting, but it's not music to my ears level. If you're interested in listening to some more of the lovely Kiwi accent, I can suggest watching a series called What We Do in the Shadows. It's got some awesome famous Kiwi actors. Next up, we have our British accent. And yes, I know there's so many accents in England, but for this one I decided to go with the classic posh British accent.
Was there one specific moment or a series of moments that led up to you knowing that you wanted to be a writer?
But then the flip side of that is that if you're constantly witnessed, then you can never really, you're too frightened to.
I can't lie, I really do like this accent. It's so articulate and clear. So I think I'm gonna have to put this very high up on the list. I mean, there's a reason it's called posh English, right? So for me, this goes in the say it again category, especially if it's Emma Watson. Now we're gonna head over to South Africa, and this is another accent that I think could get mixed up with Australian and Kiwi. Ironically enough, it's so far, but still.
We all have the right to study in our own language, and I feel it's a fight that we have to stand for. We can't just stand back and let them do whatever they want to do. It's our right to stay here and to have class in our own language.
I actually quite like this accent. I feel like it sounds very unique, so I'm actually going to put it here. If you want to hear more of the South African accent, you should really check out a movie called District 9. Next up, Canadian. Now, when I was looking for a Canadian accent, it was actually really hard to find something that stuck out. Do Canadians have accents? When I think Canadian accent, I think about Brother Bear. You know, the two moose, I think it was, in Brother Bear.
Good day. How's it going, eh? Beauty, beauty. Oh, so we got a lot to get done today. You want to get started?
Yeah, just give me 1 sec, eh?
But let's check out how Canadians actually speak.
It's incredibly hard to move to Canada and become Canadian.
It seems to be really subtle, but I can kind of hear it on certain words, I think, and I actually like it. So I think I'm going to put it around about here. Next up, we've got the United States of America. I love how diverse the accents are in America, and in Australia we have like 2 accents, Bogan and not Bogan. So I just picked a pretty unique American accent.
Right over there, by as soon as you cross the bridge, it's not even 5 minutes away. I live like maybe 10 minutes it takes me to get to work every day.
I find this one so unique that I can't tell if I love it or I hate it. So based on that, I'm just gonna put it right on in the middle. Right on in the middle. Heading back over to the United Kingdom, we have Scottish. I fell in love with Scottish when I was watching Outlander on Netflix. I think I just fall in love with the accents of like the guy in all of the romance movies, maybe. But I chose someone from Glasgow. I think it's called Glaswegian, something like that. I think that's what they call it.
Black bastard, and about 12 boys ran round the corner and started battering them. People in Glasgow like, carry lockbacks and kitchen knives and that, like meat cleavers.
So this accent is actually quite intense. I think I'm gonna have to put this one in Is It English? So next up we've got our first wild card, and I'm gonna let you guys guess what you think it could be. Couldn't figure it out? I'll give you a clue. Surprise! French. I couldn't leave you out of this video. I was tempted to put a mustache again, like my last thumbnail that I did with this beret.
The European Union. What I want to propose is a series of new projects for the EU and for the Eurozone with a strong France. So I'm not a naive optimist.
What is the contrast between you and Mrs. Le Pen? Because most people think that it's
This is the exact opposite.
This is the exact opposite. I love how he just said that. This was obviously during the election, so the tensions were a bit hot. So I feel like if you would have asked me before I moved to France where I would rank this, I would put it towards the bottom or maybe the middle, but now I'm like, aww. So I'm actually going to put it in about here. And for the last accent, we have German. Unfortunately, I don't have any props or anything that could represent German culture, so maybe I'll just edit in some stuff here. Most Germans speak really, really good English. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I think the framework of competences we use is really directly addressing this issue to make young people think by themselves. Things like disinformation, fake news, indoctrination, or...
So I'm a little bit surprised with this accent. I thought I wouldn't like it, but I actually for some reason really like it. I think it sounds kind of cool, and I'm actually tempted to put it in the middle area. So that brings us to the end of the video. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with my ranking or if you think I'm like totally off and I'm just tripping. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. I'll leave my Instagram here as well if you want to follow me on Instagram. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.